Welcome everybody to the second part of our webinar Wednesdays for Cyclamen. We have Ivan Posniakov, our technical specialist for the tropical territories, showing that it is indeed possible to grow a difficult crop like cyclamen in the tropics, but there are some things to consider. So let's not wait another moment and let's Ivan take it off and share all the ins and outs on successful finishing with cyclamen. Ivan, floor is yours.
Thank you, Michael, and I would like to say welcome to everybody who is joining us today. Doesn't matter, you professional grower or just a flower lover. We're happy to see everyone here in the webinar. And today we will continue talk about the cyclamen, about some kind of tricky tips of the cyclamen. And we start, of course, with our assortment. I would like to remind what we discussed in a previous webinar, of course. And please look at this short recap. Formerly, we discussed the 5 successful elements of cyclamen, and we discussed the portfolio of cyclamen and opportunity with the portfolio. Substrate quality, because the substrate is a critical point for the cyclamen germination stage, and we discuss how to receive good germination. For that, it is really critical to provide total darkness and maintain sufficient air humidity during the later germination stage or the light germination stage, because quite high humidity requires to skip the seed cork from the first true leaf. Another critical point, it is of course cold temperature, because young plants of cyclamen requires a cold temperature like 17-19 degrees. And of course, we talked about fungal diseases, especially about the fusarium. And today we will talk about the fusarium again, because this is really critical disease. And pest management. And let's start to talk about to remind our assortment, because I really like to show the colorful picture of the cyclamen. And of course, please not forget to visit our YouTube channel. There you can find the previous webinar of cyclamen. You can use this link or QR code to find the previous part of the cyclamen webinar. And let's start to talk about the cyclamen portfolio. Here, I would like to recall about the structure of our cyclamen portfolio, because it's quite large. And normally we divide in that, and product manager divided that on the mini, medium, large, and special series. Let's look at the difference, and let's find out how that looks like. The mini series. Here you can find the picture, and in the bottom of this picture, in the bottom of the cyclamen plant, you can see the scale of the 10 centimeters. This scale will be same for all the picture, and by this scale you can imagine the real size of the cyclamen. In this part of the portfolio, we have 4 series: CY, Facilia, Windfall, and Silverado. And by the way, CY is a most hot tolerant cyclamen in the market. The second one, MIDI. MIDI, we have just only the short portfolio in this, or maybe to say small portfolio in this part of the entire cyclamen varieties list. Mirita, this is the only one cyclamen we are classified as a MIDI series, but you can see the very visible difference between the small or mini series and MIDI series. MIDI, it's already quite large, and it is suitable for larger pots like 10, 12 centimeters pots. Large series, it is really large series, and especially when we're talking about such series like Rainier and Sierra. These cyclamens mostly suitable for the big pot like 15, 17 centimeters, even 25 centimeters. And of course, we have my favorite part of assortment is specialties. This is very unique part of the portfolio, and there are 5 different series, which looks like not like a common cyclamen. This looks like a fantastic imagination of the breeder with a franged petals, with a different type of the flower shape, and of course with a nice the plant shape and nice color leaves. And let's start to talk about the entire assortment and where to find the information about the portfolio. Here you can see the nice picture. We display the difference between the smallest cyclamens and the largest cyclamens. Plant here displayed in the in one row from the small up to large, and you can find by this link, by this QR code, the page in our annual catalog, where you can see where you can find out information about the cyclamens. And also this year we launched a separate cyclamen catalog where you can find a description of the series in details, and also there you can find a suitable pot size, a lot of picture, and the entire portfolio for each series, how many different colors we have in each series, everything, all kind of information you can find there. And of course, don't forget to visit our website, where you can find in a full screen, full description of each our series. And let's start to talk about the special cyclamen. What is a special cyclamen? I really would like to focus on this group of the of our portfolio, because I really like that, and that is really unique. We have as I say, the 5 separate series. We have a goblet. In this series, we have one beautiful variety. It looks like the petals colored like a flame of that varieties, and the suitable size of the pot for the goblet, it's in general 10-12 centimeters. Kyoto, it's also close to mini cyclamen, also suitable for the pots like 10-12 centimeters, but at the same time it has a very nice coloration of the petals, very white petals. It is very unique feature of this series, and the franged edge of the petals. Maxora, this is also franged cyclamens, but with a more bigger size, with and with the bigger petals. And there are many different colors in this series. Here you can find in the bottom of this table 6 separate colors and 2 mixes. Flora and Walk. In Flora and Walk, this year we have a novelty. By the way, this picture is a new variety, and here you can see the nice red colored, fully open flowers. It's flowers looks like umbrellas, small umbrellas. And of course, we have the last one. It's also unique series. It made to say the natural inspired series. It's called Siberia. This cyclamen is really cold tolerant. These cyclamens very suitable for the North Asian countries, or north part of country is South Asia and Southeast Asia. Of course, not for all countries. The cyclamen assortment really suitable, but for highland in India, for highland in Pakistan, for highland in the Vietnam, and for northern part of South Korea, and the northern part of Japan, this crop can be very suitable, and and you can create unique product with our cyclamen portfolio. And let's start to talk about the production key point, and what is 5 critical or 5 element of success with the cyclamens. First one, today we will talk about how to grow the finished plant after transplanting. So that's why the first critical thing, please keep the corm on the top of the substrate. The second thing, feed your plant well. If you not provide enough fertilizer for the cyclamen, cyclamen will not be very sustainable especially in a hot condition. So that's why it's critical, especially for the softening region. Keep colder. The cyclamen is cold crop, so that's why let's think about the timeline when to grow the cyclamen, and uh, please let's think how to decrease the temperature, how to keep the temperature below the 20 degrees to create a more dense plant, more ball-shaped plant with a strong flower stems with the strong leaves. The spacing is a very crucial thing for cyclamen, because cyclamen is very likely to stretch the petioles, because it's sensitive to the light intensity. And of course, today we will talk about the disease. In my main priority, I will keep for the fusarium, because fusarium is very crucial and very dangerous disease for the cyclamen. And of course, please don't forget to visit our website and our YouTube channel. Here you can find a link on the YouTube channel, Syngenta Flowers APAC. You can use also the QR code to reach out that channel. And let's start to talk about how to transplant. The first question, when to transplant? What kind of condition of the young plants are suitable, and when it is ready to be transplanted? Here you can find the picture. This stage is very close stage to be transplanted, and the ideal situation when your plants already shows a 5 or 7 real leaf, it means the plant really ready to be transplanted. It is of course possible to transplant in a little bit early stage, like in the picture with the 4 leaves, but uh, the more uh, the more nice product you can receive when the plant already more mature in the trays. And of course, let's talk about the substrate, because substrate is a critical thing. I would like to remind that not all the kind of substrates suitable for the cyclamen. In the first, that is because of the cyclamen sensitive to the fungal diseases, and especially for rhizoctonia and fusarium. That disease able to damage the core or damage the bulb of the cyclamen. And the cyclamen bulb is good food for the many kind of fungi. So that's why please be careful about the substrate on the base of the organic matter, like a compost, like cow dunks, but fermented cow dunks is more or less okay. But the substrate on the base of the rice husk is a quite may to say the quite prohibited for the cyclamen, because fusarium is a common fungi which able to destroy or distract the rice husk or any kind of the plant material. So avoid the again compost and the plant residuals, and of course never apply the rice husk, and the particle size should be already a bit larger, about the from 10 up to 2 centimeters. And again, any kind of substrate like peat moss, like coca peat, like peat on the base of the wood fiber is okay, but never, please, never apply the rice husk for the cyclamen. And to avoid any kind of mistakes with the pH and EC, especially with the pH, I advise to use the mixture, like a 50% of coca peat and 50% of the peat on the base of the wood fiber. And please don't forget about the inert part of the substrate, which able to provide a good aeration for the roots, like a perlite, sand, zeolite, and vermiculite. It is possible to use a perlite and zeolite as well, because the cyclamen not really sensitive to high pH. The 6.2 it is okay for cyclamen, so that's why we will apply the zeolite. This agent, this inert this inert component will provide also the proper pH for the cyclamen. And of course, it requires even the larger part of the inert particles, or how to say it, or this kind of aeration agent, more than it requires on the seedling stage. It requires about already 30% to 1/3 of the volume of the substrate volume should be made by this inert agent. Let's move to the another item: how to transplant. We already decided to use the proper substrate for the cyclamen. We already get the ready plants, ready young plants, and we need to be focused at this moment. What's the proper way of transplanting? What is the proper manipulation with the cyclamen? Here you can see the picture of the young plant, and there are two possible ways of transplanting. This one from the right side and this one from the left side. The difference is the position of the corm or bulb of the cyclamen on the surface of the to the surface of the substrate. The right picture, the bulb is under the surface or little bit below the substrate. In left picture, it is a little bit above. What is the proper way? The right side is absolutely unacceptable for the cyclamen, because if you keep the corm below the substrate level, cyclamen also able to move inside to may to say the because of the root able to shrink, the cyclamen able to go inside the substrate by itself. So that's why if you keep the corm below the substrate or in a level close to the substrate, the cyclamen can be buried into the substrate, and this situation will let the cyclamen to be sensitive to many kind of diseases. And the right side, this is a proper way. Corm should be above of the substrate, and the substrate level in the block should be a little bit higher than the substrate in the pot. Let's talk about the general condition. Cyclamen is a long-term crop. It takes about 12 up to sometimes 15 weeks to develop the nice plant with the flowers. And to create more as much as compact as possible plant, I really advise to provide for the cyclamen low temperature, like 17-19 degrees. Light intensity should be not too high, not too intensive, not like 50 or 60 kilolux. It should be in a place like a partial shade or light shade. So here you can see the 20 or 30 kilolux, it is enough for the cyclamen. And as because the cyclamen requires lower temperature, it not need to receive too much water. So keep the water level in the stage between 2 and 3. So medium and medium dry is absolutely suitable for the cyclamen. Please don't overwater the cyclamen and not provide a level 4. So here you can see the proper range of the water level. In this condition, you will receive a quite nice plant. And if you provide too much water, cyclamen will start to stretch the leaf. They start to expand the leaf space, and that plant will look not really nice. Plant with more compact leaves or with more compact leaf plate looks much better and looks more attractive, especially as per my experience. Yeah, and also the customer likes cyclamen with more compact leaf, which cover the plant and arrange the ball shape and arrange the ball habit of the plant. So that's why I really advise not to avoid too much water. And too much water, especially together with a low temperature, can promote a fungal disease development. So that's why try to keep the cyclamen in between level 3 and level 4. And of course, the this kind of temperature is optimal temperature. I mean the 17 or 18 degrees centigrade. But it is also keep the cyclamen. It is also possible to keep the cyclamen in the little bit higher temperature. And here you can see the suboptimal range. Some of the tricky things I will explain later will help to maintain cyclamen health even either in the suboptimal range of the temperature. And let's start to talk about how to fertigate cyclamen. And the fertigation is also crucial thing, especially in hot condition. And let's start to talk what's the fertilizer level cyclamen needs to receive to create a nice plant, to create a dense plant, to create the nicely blooming plant. Level of the nitrogen should be that should be provided for the cyclamen. It's rather high. It's already 125, 175 ppm of nitrogen or milligram of nitrogen. If you will recalculate to the grams of the NPK with a rate like 18.5, 18 or 15.3, 15 or similar rate, you will receive the range between 0.85 up to 1.2 gram per liter. So this stage of cyclamen, the ready plants or finishing stage must be provided with a quite high level of the fertilizer. And what is the general? I would like to recall the general the fertigation approaches for or fertigation items critical for the cyclamen. Optimal EC in the water, if you provide the proper concentration like 0.85 or up to 1.2 gram, it will give 1.5 to millisiemens. And optimal EC in the substrate already must be 0.9, 1.3. Here you can see the level of EC, optimal level of EC in a substrate, rather low. What it means? It means even if you provide 2 gram per, about 1.2 gram per liter of the fertilizer, cyclamen will absorb any all fertilizer very fast. It means you will provide rather high concentration of the fertilizer. At the same time, cyclamen absorb so fast, so the level of EC in the substrate will be quite low. And what is how to change the EC? Of course, EC must be changed. It depends on the situation. It depends on the temperature, and it depends on the light condition. If the plant receives more light, it needs to receive as well the more fertilizer. If the plants stays in a low light and low temperature condition, it not need to receive too much fertilizer. And when you need to change the EC, never change EC more than 0.3 millisiemens. And again, never provide clean water without fertilizer to the cyclamens and in general for other plants as well. And not apply too much phosphorus, as because cyclamen is quite sensitive for the calcium concentration. It is also sensitive to the phosphorus because phosphorus it is antagonist of the calcium. If you provide too much phosphorus, phosphorus able to to bind the calcium and move the calcium in not available form. It will stays in the substrate but will not be available for the plant. So and the second reason or second cause why cyclamen not need to receive too much phosphorus, the cyclamen requires little slightly higher pH. It is about 5.8, 6.2, and too much phosphorus will provide too low pH. So that's why avoid to apply too much phosphorus, like you can find in a picture, like a 15, 15, 15. Try to avoid this kind of the fertilizer. And of course, not forget about the calcium, because the calcium is a quite critical element for the cyclamen. And calcium also provides a proper pH in the substrate. And of course, again, I will tell about EC, I will tell about pH. pH should be within range, a little bit higher than for other many crops like petunia, like zinnia. It is should be, of course, not so high like for tagetes, but it should be a little bit higher, 5.8, 6.2. And this is a good thing, because normally the water has a higher, you see, I mean, clean water using to prepare the mixture, to prepare a solution for watering. Uh, Normally has a rather high, you see, like 6.5. And if you adjust pH up to 5.8, for instance, this kind of water will provide anyway, will provide rather high pH. So let's talk about the second thing. In this slide, I explain how to feed the cyclamen, how to provide mineral food for the cyclamen before blooming, before it shows up the flower bud. But since it shows the flower bud, since it start to produce the flower buds, it is it is visible on the top of the plant. You need to change the fertigation schedule, and you need to change the type of fertilizer, because a cyclamen requires quite high concentration of potassium during the blooming stage, especially the hybrids of cyclamen, because the natural species or natural or wild cyclamens not produce too much flower, but we have innovative varieties which able to produce too many flowers per plant. Here you can find in my background the cyclamens belongs to the series Rainier, and every plant at one time produce at least 5 flowers. So that's why it requires to it required to provide rather high concentration of potassium. And since the plant start to show the flower button in the top, since it should be it start to be visible, or you can find you can check the plant. If you see the flower buds are coming already, you must to change the NPK from the previous variant, like 18,5,18. You need to turn to 18,5,35 or 17,10,40 or 15,5,30 with a high concentration of the phosphorus. And the rate between that nitrogen and phosphorus should be like 1 to 2. So it means 1 part of the nitrogen per 2 part of the potassium. So potassium should be prevailed in that fertilizer. And the concentration must be the same. And of course, the concentration NDC must be changed, depends on the light condition and depends on the temperature condition. And this kind of concentration, like 0.85 up to 1.2, 1.3 gram per liter, will provide the EC about 1.5 till 2.0. Sometimes it is, of course, possible to increase the EC up to 2.3. And please don't forget again about the calcium. I recalling that a few times, because the calcium is really a critical element, and the calcium provides a more healthy plant, and calcium able to avoid many problems like stretching, and it also provides a heat tolerance, good heat tolerance. What's happened if the grower doesn't apply too much calcium, or doesn't apply enough concentration of the calcium? And how to provide the calcium for the cyclamen? You can apply the same concentration of the fertilizer, but change NPK on the calcium nitrate. And the calcium nitrate is the best source of the calcium for the plant. It at the same time provides an nitrogen, and also this is a very very good form of the calcium for the plant. And the concentration must be in general the same. And of course, these provide optimal EC 1.5, 2.0 with this concentration. And calcium must be applied every third of fifth watering. So it means 2, 3 watering, you must apply NPK. Fourth watering or third watering, you must to provide a calcium nitrate. The next 2 or 4 watering, you provide NPK, and again the calcium nitrate, and etc., etc., etc. The same pattern should be used during the cyclamen growing. And these here you can see in the picture how the plants look like when it receive deficiency of the calcium, and especially this kind of plant performance coming when the EC is dropped down too much. So here you can see the curly leaves. If you will find the curly leaves coming on the top of the cyclamen, it means as the first, you must to check the calcium. Did you apply, or did the agronomist apply enough concentration of the calcium? And this how the plants at the same stage should look like. You see the leaf blade; it's normal, has a normal shape, and in the left side you can see it's curling. It's curling from to inside part. And please choose the what you need. If you need to receive the normal plant, please provide the calcium every third or fifth watering during the growing during the final stage, and provide the good plant space. Never I like this sentence: let the plant to talk, but never let them to touch each other. What it means: if the plant stays closer to each other, it starts to shading each other, and the shading provides a stretching. But cyclamen hasn't long stems; it has a corm. It has a very short stem, but at the same time, the petioles of the cyclamen quite sensitive to the light intensity, and especially when the plants shading each other, uh, the the leaves to receive enough quantity of the light start to stretch the petioles, and the plant uh, come come to the improper shape. It looks like a stretch. It can be moved if the petioles stretch too much. It cannot be it start to unsustainable in the pot, in the substrate. It start to be very movable. So to provide a normal shape and good shape of a plant, don't forget to provide a good spacing. In the first stage, before plant to start to cover the substrate, and the leaf in the stage when the leaf still not overcome the edge of the pot, you can keep pot together to save the space. But when the plants start to grow up and start to when the leaf start to come to the edge of the pot, this is the best time for spacing. And the spacing provides enough aeration and enough light condition. In this condition, you will receive the nice plant. The distance between the plant depends on the, of course, depends on the series you're using in your place, in your area, and in general, it should be the same or close to the pot diameter. If you will see plant start to grow too much, you need to provide little bit more space for the plant. This is crucial to receive a nice plant shape. Here you can see on the right side the plant. It looks like a cap above the pot, and it looks like very attractive. If you not provide enough space, leaf start to grows up, and it form a V shape of the plant, which is not really suitable in the pot. It's not sustainable. It can be movable in the pot, and this kind of plant, of course, will look less attractive than the rather than plant you can see in the picture. And let's start to talk about the diseases. because the disease is a very critical point, because the cyclamen is a long-term, it's long-term crop. It takes about 12 15 weeks to develop a nice plant, and as longer plant stays in the same place, the more fungal diseases and more spores of fungus and bacterials can come to the plant and can attack the plant. So that's why the longer plant grows in the same place, the more mistakes are coming, and more chances to get a disease plant receive. And here you can see how the plant looks like then it receives the fungal diseases, and so crucial and so critical plant disease for cyclamen as a Fusarium oxysporum. The plant looks like in the initial stage of the disease, it looks like a little bit fading, and the leaf color becomes a yellow. In later stage, plant the flower it not provides it not gives enough quantity of the flower bud. It start to slowing down in development, and the leaf turn color to the black to the dark brown up to the black, and plants start to be faded. If you the one of the best solution how to mitigate this kind of the disease, especially if disease already came to the plant, is please don't forget to remove infected plants from the place. So this simple way of activity will help you to interrupt fungal disease from fungal disease development and fungal disease transmitting from other plants to another. And what is the element of protection? This is made to say the slide reminder slide, because I already displayed that in a previous webinar. But this because this is critical thing, and this is a basement of your success with the cyclamen, I would like to recall that. Of course, the first one is a hygiene and quarantine. And as I said, if you scouting the plants, if you can find out that infected plants in the time, it will help you to interrupt the transmission, the fungal spores or candidias, because in general Fusarium form the candidias, not real spores, and it will help to protect another plant from this dangerous disease. And of course, proper watering, not overwater the cyclamen. It will help to protect the plant very efficiently. Because if you not provide enough water quantity, the corm start to be shrinked. And when you provide the water again, the corm start to inflate. And when it is multiple times shrinking and expanding, this kind of movement will provide a small wounds. And these small wounds, it is better gate for the Fusarium candidias. Fusarium candidias are very easily able to infect this kind of the corms, which receive the wounds because of the shrinking, and inflation. And don't use a recycling water, especially in the seedling stage, and later on not use try to avoid use recycling water for the ready plants as well. Scouting is the best, as I said, is the best tool to avoid spreading of any kind of disease, not only Fusarium. Growing condition, as I said, the watering and especially the temperature and fertigation level will help to protect the plant, will create a healthy plant, and the health by itself able to protect the plant from any kind of diseases. Because as I explained, the improper watering, especially if you provide the too dry condition and too much water, it will lead the plants to the wounding of the corms, and it will create a gate for the fungal candidias invasion to the plant. clean area, can maintain area free from any kind of the plant residuals, any kind of the substrate residuals. It will help to create the clean condition, which not maintain good condition to the to save the spores uh, on any kind of surfaces on the bottom of the greenhouse or on the table. uh, Fungal gnat management, it is interesting thing because fungal gnats, it is one of the best vector or transmitter of the Fusarium canidias, because fungal gnats mostly developing in a too wet condition, and this is also seen you not maintain proper watering condition for the cyclamen. If you see a lot of fungal gnat, it means the plant long time stays overwatered, and it means the plant in a risky part. So that's why try to decrease, try to make water management better, and try to avoid the spreading of fungal gnats. And chemical protection, of course, not only the chemical and biological protection as well is a good tool how to create a healthy plant. And let's start to talk about chemical protection, because this is common one. Unfortunately, for the fusarium, as I previously said, uh, not many kind of chemicals quite active against the fusarium. But anyway, at least two different type of the chemicals quite active against the fusarium, like fluoxetine and the mixture of azoxystrobin and mefenoxam. Mefenoxam contains a manganese. It's a complex chemicals, in this kind of the mixture able to protect plant from the fusarium. And of course, don't forget about the fungal, about the biological protection. And in the next slide, I prepared some gift for you, and this table will help you to avoid any kind of problem, and will help to protect the plant for a longer time. Here you can see different kind of the microorganism, and not only microorganism. Here you can find that even the plant extracts, which are very active against the fusarium, and not only for fusarium. From the right side here, you can see the name of the strains which is available on the market. In the second column, you can find what kind of organism, in which kind of kingdom it belongs to bacteria or to fungus or to the plant. And in the right part of this table, you can find the most critical diseases for the cyclamen. And using this table, you can find by the internet, in the market, you can find a different kind of product. And of course, the most popular is Bacillus subtilis, and Bacillus amyloliquefaciens is one of the, may to say, the best solution for the cyclamen, because the bacterial based chemicals not sensitive to the fungicides. So it means you can apply bacterial biological protection together with the fungicides, because bacterial is less sensitive to the fungicides. And at the same time, the biological agents able to live together as a symbiotic organism in the substrate. And this kind of symbiotic relationship will protect your plants for a long time. So you need to apply 1 or 2 times biological protection. Later on, you can also apply as a the additional protection, the chemical part of protection, and the biological protection will help your plants to stay healthy for the long time and to be protected by this symbiotic microorganism. And this is last but not least slide. The chemical protection is anyway quite effective. So that's why here I offering another table where you can find the information about active ingredients, which is very efficient against the other diseases, because cyclamens is quite sensitive to telebiopsis, botrytis, alternaria, and rhizoctonia as well. You can use this table, and you can use the name of active ingredient to find out the proper commercial product in your market. And let's start to talk about the trips management. Again, I like this picture. I not like this picture of the trips, but I like the picture of the bottom of or ground covered with a plastic cover. But this is a nice picture to display what kind of a big mistake grower can make in their growing area. Any kind of plants or any kind of open space, this is made to say the best gate, golden gate for the invasion. Any kind of fungal diseases, any kind of pests can hide into this area, can be hosted by the weeds. So that's why I will repeat again and again. Please take care about the phytosanitary. Please remove all kind of the weeds and please keep open space, open ground covered by the plastic. And again, protection is not only chemicals. And the element of the protection against the pests is mostly the same, like for the fungal diseases, is of course hygiene and carotene. That's why I show in this picture. That's why I like this picture. And the scouting and is a second element, second crucial element to be successful with the plant protection. Growing condition, of course, healthy plant, more how to say it, strong and less sensitive against the to the any kind of pests as well. Clean area. So this picture again displays never apply this kind of approach. Never keep too many weeds and or me to say the weeds can be also the plants like how to say it, like flowers can grow into the bottom of the greenhouse. So never apply this kind of way of working. And of course, chemical protection, chemical and biological protection. This kind of product quite effective. And physical protection. This is also good tool against the pests. And let's start to talk about the special element of protection. And please don't forget the pests and especially thrips. It is also good vector for the viruses. If you don't want to welcome virus into your greenhouse, please keep attention for the pests protection, especially thrips. And this is a part of the protection. Is not so expensive, but this is a good tool to protect your plant, to make a barrier of between the pests and your plants. The physical protection. Some very common and very cheap approaches you can apply in your greenhouse, and you will receive the very nice results. Traps, any kind of traps is very effective way how to protect your plants. Sticky traps, UV traps, and pheromone traps. It is a very efficient way to avoid contact of the plant with the pests. Barriers, create barriers like special anti-insect net, ground cover. Again, this is very simple tool and very effective tool, and it not requires too much expense for that. Distance, create a gap. Create a distance between the plants and the ground of the substrate. And physical parameters, of course, again, temperature, the water, the light condition, and the another concentration of the fertilizer. And this is another gift to the growers. This is a table with the biological chemicals or biological agents. In this table, you can find the name of the agents which can be available in the market. The second column shows you the systematic, which kind of the type of animals this kind of agent belongs to, way of activity, is there a predator or is there a parasite, and the pests, which is the target for this kind of biological type of control. And here you can see the common, from the common up to not usual animals, not usual agents. For instance, Amblyseus swirsky, it's quite common tool. You can find many kind of different product in the market. You can find genuine product which came from the big specialized companies, and you can find also generic in the local market. But anyway, by this table you can find you can use this table as a source to find a good product for your plants. And what is the benefit from that kind of from biological protection? Again, this kind of animal will stay in your greenhouse or in your place for the long time, because most of them is a as you can find is a predator or parasites. It feeding on the pests. It's preying the pest, and it is able to stay in greenhouse for a longer time. It will protect your greenhouse or surrounding area for the longer times. So it may to say that your friends, your animal which is your friends in the greenhouse. So especially as because the cyclamen is a long-term crop, this kind of friends is it's really effective tool to avoid any kind of problem with the pests. And this is one of the final slides. I hope these kind of advices will help you to avoid a lot of problems with the cyclamen, because again, during my webinars I talk not about the success story. And mostly I try to talk about any kind of the mistakes, any kind of the improper way of production, only because to give you key how to avoid any kind of improper situation. And so I would like to say thank you very much. Here you can find the contacts of the key people who is responsible for the sales and for the technical things. You can please reach out your key account manager who is responsible for the sales in your region. You can ask them about any kind of the question like seeds availability, current portfolio. They will advise you which is better, and is it suitable crop for your region or not suitable, or if you have even any kind of technical problem, you can reach out to your key account manager or me, or please don't forget to visit our website Syngenta, www.syngentaflowers.com, or you can use this QR code to reach out by your phones directly at this moment. So here I would like to stop my presentation. Thank you very much again, and sorry for the long time again. And I would like to wish you a nice and floriferous season. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Ivan, and best of luck with all your cyclamen productions in the tropicals. So this was the end of the second webinar, which concludes our story on cyclamen. But be on the lookout, we have new webinars coming up in just a matter of weeks. For instance, on October 1st, we will organize a webinar specifically on the landscaping industry in India. So go to our website to sign yourself up for that webinar as well. Thank you very much and have a very nice day. Bye.